caught you cussing.
Sorry.
Sure did. Told you.
We thought it worked.
No.
That mute.
It's 7 o'clock. You know what that means? It's time to roll this intro.
La Cocina
Just
time.
like that. And that's it. That was it for the intro.
Hey.
All 30
simple.
seconds of that. You see
All
how quick
30
that was?
seconds. Loud, live, and in color, honey.
Hello.
What up?
Welcome to La Cocina podcast. This is the first episode, and I'm so excited. Okay,
Yes.
so brief introductions.
Hey.
I'm your girl, Daniree.
And I'm Katana J.
And we have a very special guest.
Yes, we do.
Ami, how are you guys?
That's Ami. Hang on, let's throw it up there. Oh,
There
look
goes
at that.
the-
Hey.
Hey.
So, this has been a long time coming, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It sure has.
Oh my goodness.
Oof.
I am so excited.
I think we all are.
Yeah, very excited.
Long time coming. So let's talk about how this all came about. I had this vision for this podcast for such a long time, and I was just like, I need to do a podcast. But it can't just be a podcast. It has to be a Facebook Live show. And I set this crazy, unrealistic expectation of myself, and I was just like, listen, this is how much time we have to do this, and this is how it's gonna get done. And lo and behold, we here. So we live and direct. Thank you so much for joining. My mom is in the building. I see her.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out.
I see Kimberly's in the building. Thank you so much for joining.
Hey.
Who else is in the building? Anybody else here?
see.
We're trying to
We're gonna
watch
give you
live
guys
and go
some
at the same time.
yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway. So let's talk about our history with the show and what we have been trying to do for the past.
The whirlwinds.
Yeah.
The whirlwind, come hella high water.
Come hella high water.
As it is so wellly titled.
Yeah, so come hella high water. The reason why we chose to name it this episode is because it's raining like a mother outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we are broadcasting from the basement.
The basement.
The basement. That's right,
The
girl.
bat cave, honey.
Okay, so we were just like, you know what? Come hella high water, we're gonna get this done.
Mm-hmm.
Come hella high water, this is gonna happen, and here we are.
Yep.
So that's it.
That's it. That's where we are. We're here in the bat cave. Welcome.
Right? So hang on, let me check everybody's levels.
Oh, you
Okay.
may have to check mine.
Girl. All right.
Put over here.
So let's start off with what was our topics? What is something that we definitely wanted to discuss today, which was
Well, we wanted to talk about our story. We
Yeah.
wanted to talk about us, where we were this whole. So you said that you wanted to start a podcast, right?
right.
So you came up with this idea, but where did La Cocina itself come from? Where did that idea, La Cocina, come
Right. Well, you and I were always hanging out in the kitchen, in my kitchen particularly. It's just where it went down. And we would sit and we would just have these dope conversations. And it was just like, man, if only we can get this on camera, if only we can find a way to share what we feel with the world. And it was just like, why can't we?
We needed to. The people needed to see this. We were doing a disservice by not showing it to the people. You know what I mean?
So we were having a blast, and then we were like, you know what? There's nobody right now that I feel within our culture and with where we are in the community that was kind of like just sitting here and just like, you know what? Let's talk this talk, you know, as an all-female panel, and kind of get how we feel and get where our perspective is. I mean, we're all Puerto Rican.
Yes.
We're all Nuyoricans. I hail originally from Burbank, but I was raised in New York and living in Jersey. Katana is an all-around
Jersey girl, you already know.
and Ami is
Jersey girl.
who just returned from Florida. So shout outs to Tampa, Florida
I missed it.
But we're just here to have a good time, and we hope that You guys can join in along on the conversation. I know that some of y'all are here. We got a congratulations from Tori and D. Shout out to her.
Shout out. What up?
Shout out to Tampa, Florida one more time.
Yes.
I see Aidita, my cousin's in the building. My cousin Leslie from California. Shout out to everybody who's joining. Yes, thank you so much. We're so thrilled to be here.
Definitely. A lot of love in the building. So another thing that we did want to talk about. So speaking about being, local and talking about Jersey and stuff like that, the crazy stuff that's going on lately about this K2 business.
Oh, girl.
That's some crazy stuff going on. First, it was just like real heavy in New York and in Brooklyn. And then it brought its way over here to Amboy, girl, last week. Did you hear
Yes,
about that?
I did. And I saw the Facebook Live video that surfaced.
Oh, it was
Definitely a
crazy.
crazy thing.
Ami, what's your take on that?
What's your take on it?
Listen, I don't even really go on Facebook, and I saw it. I got pinged in it, and I was like, what's going on? But, I mean, it just comes to show that it can hit home as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And it was crazy because the craziest part about it, I don't know if it can happen to you, but when I heard about it, it was like I tried looking on the internet. I tried looking, on the TV, on, the news and stuff like that. There was nothing. You heard no words about it whatsoever, because I actually heard it from, through the grapevine in Amboy.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's SWAT on New Brunswick Avenue, but what's going on? And nobody really knew what was going on. And that was kind of like almost a scary thing.
It could be a dangerous situation.
It's a dangerous situation that there's SWAT out on the street and nobody really knows what's going on, that there's no way to really, with such technology that we have today, there's no way that for us to really know what's going on in our local area as compared to other places like New York where they get this information like that. You know what I mean? How about you, Danny?
I was kind of alarmed by it as well. I had seen a friend of mine, shout outs to Shorty Be Real, I'm sure she's watching too. She hit me up, she was like, yo, are you seeing what's going on live on Facebook on New Brunswick Ave? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She was like, yo, check this out. And I took a look and it was just like, these Dominican guys that were doing a Facebook Live video, they had me dying. I kid you not, they were just like going in Spanish and I'm like, oh my God. And it's just like, how crazy that we're making light of such a scary situation. But it looked like, from the outside looking at it, it looked like a hostage situation that was taking place. And it's still a lot of speculation as to exactly what happened, but I guess allegedly.
Okay. So I got the tea on that one.
Okay, girl.
I have the tea on that one. So the tea on that one is actually the guy called in pretending it was a hostage situation because he was so high and tripping off of K2. So if you guys don't know any information on K2 actually, and we got this information off of drugabuse.gov, that it actually makes you hallucinate. It gives you heart palpitations, and it also can cause you to vomit, head spinning, all this different types of things. This guy started hallucinating. Yeah, synthetic is basically sprayed on. So people smoke it thinking, that they're going to get the same trip off of it as they would marijuana. This dude was smoking it and ended up, started hallucinating, pretending like he was in a hostage situation. Oh, there's guns, there's this, there's that. And in reality, there was nothing there. No, there was nothing. The guy just smoked and just had a bad trip.
Listen.
That's all that it was. Really, it's all that it was. But the crazy part about it is that prior to this incident happening, already the news had over 56 people dying from it.
Right.
So if there's over 56 incidences of people dying from it, why do you want to smoke it?
Yeah.
Just want to know why. I personally wouldn't find that attractive. Like, let's say, a Shirley Temple just killed 56 people. Can I have 6? Can I have 6, please?
Sure.
Right now? No, I don't want that Shirley Temple anymore. I don't want to die.
Yeah.
No,
But I feel like it's because it's available. I feel like that's why it's becoming an epidemic, because it's available.
I mean, but so is the other stuff.
I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
So is the other stuff, and it's medical.
Listen, let's lighten up the conversation a bit. It's only the first episode, people. It's only the first episode. We can't kill them with K2.
We go Rico. That's how we go. We get real serious to the point.
All right, so but let's backtrack, because I'll admit I always let nerves get to me. Now that this is like a Facebook Live situation, it's like, oh my god, they're watching. Oh my god. Okay. But you know what? Honestly, when we had started this podcast and when I had thought about this podcast, it had really been inspired from someone who would probably be the last person that would inspire anybody, I guess, in terms of where we were at, like in terms of kitchen table talk. You see, I'm dyslexic. No, but kitchen table talk was a phrase that was coined originally by Wendy Williams, and I've watched her show a lot. And you know, I wasn't a big fan of hers in the beginning, and then as time went on, I was just like, you know what, she's kind of funny, and I kind of feel what she's doing. And so my birthday, I decided, let me go check this out. Like, I need to go see this show. I need to see what it is that she's about, because you know, you hear a lot of things and I watch every day at work, like, and I was just like, okay, let me see. So we went, and Katana and I had a really good time, right?
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
It was fun. It definitely was.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like there was just certain aspects and elements that I was just like, okay, wasn't exactly expecting that.
You get to see behind the scenes, like in real life, like, oh, so that's how it really is. Yeah.
But mind you, so needless to say, it was interesting that I got shaded while I was on the Wendy Williams show. I got shaded by the Queen of Shade.
Herself, yes.
Yeah, and it was awkward. So I'm gonna actually bring up this post for y'all so you could see just how shady this was. Hang on.
Tune in.
Thanks for being here. You look like a real princess. Not her. Not her. The one in the front. Anyway, but happy birthday to her too. Yeah, both of you girls. Uh-huh.
You tried
Would
it.
you believe that?
She tried it.
Would you believe that?
She really did. She goes, oh, you look like a princess. No, not you. Huh. Excuse me. Last time I checked, Katana beat that face, so she really did look like a princess. Don't do that, honey. Don't do that.
You know, and it was rude. But you know what? It taught me a lot. And as I came back home and I'm like, oh my God, I know it's gonna be on YouTube. Let me check.
Yeah.
And we're going on and we're looking at the episode, and then I go and I read down at the comments and I'm like, oh my gosh, like it gets real on the comments on YouTube.
Yes.
Like, I mean, people are so friendly in the comments here on La Cocina podcast, on Facebook Live, and I thank y'all for tuning in. But they were reckless and ruthless on YouTube, and they were just like, oh, like she came for her, and I was just like, oh, like, damn, maybe I made a mistake. And then it was just like, you know what? Nah, like I snapped out of it. It was like, yo, if you can get shaded on your birthday by your favorite, like one of your favorite media personalities, you good, girl.
You good. That's the worst of it all,
You know,
girl.
and-
You done passed that already.
And not for nothing, it totally inspired me to do this, which is, you know, now what it is. So shout out to Wendy Williams. Thank you so much, because honestly, you really inspired me with this podcast. So it's Kitchen Table Talk, La Cocina podcast. As you could tell, we're speaking English. But we do a little Espanol también, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We get down.
A little Spanglish for you, because we're Nuyorican.
That's right. But
something.
we're basically here just to give you our flavor, to give you our colorful commentary on certain topics, to give you just our personalities and our
just to enjoy us
shenanigans.
for an hour. We're giving you us for an hour. Do you know what kind of gift that is?
Blessings.
Yes, I tell my mother this. Listen, a funny story. I tell my mother this all the time. Every time that I do my makeup and my hair is done, and I'm sure you guys do this all the time. Like when you're done up and you're really feeling yourself, you know, you're looking at yourself in a selfie camera and you're like, yes.
Yes, queen.
I go up to my mother. I'm like, Mom, how does it feel? Like, really? How does it feel? And she's like, what? I'm like, to have such a beautiful daughter. Oh my goodness. How does it feel? Like, God, like, look at this.
I can't.
She's like, tú estás loca. You're like, go away. She's like, you're stupid. But seriously, like, we're giving you us for a full-blown hour. Do you know what kind of blessing that is?
Oh my gosh.
On to the next
they're gonna be like,
one.
yeah, okay.
No, but that ass. Excuse me. That's one.
That's one for the
That's
count.
one.
We knew
But
it.
it's a body part. It's not a
We
curse.
need to get
There
a
you
coin
go.
jar.
That's a body part. It's not a curse.
Yeah, we need a coin
You
jar for
cursed
A
Katana.
swear jar.
We do need a swear
Okay,
jar
50
for
cent.
her.
Anyway, so on to the next one. What I really did want to talk to you guys about, and I want to get some commentary from our viewers that we have over here. Who we got? Joanna, Tori, Indeed. All of you guys. How do you guys feel about Joe Budden signing over to Revolt?
I thought that was a major power move.
I did. I thought that was a really great move on Joe Budden's part because I love watching him. I don't know about you. I don't know if you guys have watched any of him. If you guys did, leave us a comment down below. But I love watching Joe Budden's. I love the way that he talks. He's
real. He's real.
Yeah, he's real. He's a low-key a-hole. I love him. I love the way that he talks because he's so like blunt about it. But what he says is like really to the T, and like he throws no, like, you know what I mean?
He holds no bars.
He holds no bars.
He holds no bars.
And I love it.
I think the industry absolutely needs that.
Yeah.
I think it's been missing for quite some time. I love the fact that he's from Jersey.
Yes.
I love his accent. I love the nasalness in his voice.
The deep raspy.
I'm just a fan. I've been a fan since Everyday Shrug when he was on Complex.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, that deal fell through for God only knows whatever reason. But I mean, shout outs to Joe Budden, shout outs to Rory and Maul. They just they're wrapping up their tour right now, which got sold out. Shout outs to Ian Schwartzman, who is their manager. And it's just an awesome thing to see what Joe Budden is. I think he's going to surpass a lot more in media than he ever has with music. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, I don't think so either. And I definitely think that in the culture of hip hop, it's something that's needed because I feel like everything is so sugar coated nowadays. Everything is, oh, you have to watch how you say it, what you say, or who you're saying it about.
Yeah.
Because if you say the wrong thing, you're going to get, you know, culture vultured, and you're going to get this and you're going to get that. Joe Budden's like, listen, trash.
Yeah.
Trash. And I love that about him. I love that raw and realness about him. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you do have some, you know, credibility towards you, or if you actually do have some talent behind you, he will big you up on that. You know what I mean? And as far as when it came to his music career, I feel like he just came out at the wrong time. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when he came out, the people he was signed to, they did not give him enough marketing because it was at the same time that I believe... I'm not sure. I think it was the Blueprint. I think it was the same year that the Blueprint came out. So, of course, the label was more focused on marketing Jay-Z over marketing this new guy from Jersey City, Joe Budden's. So that was the reason why he never surpassed and made it to that point that he should have made it.
Listen, I don't even care about the shoulda, coulda, what is it? I mean, it's spilled milk for now. I'm just happy to see him on Revolt. I think him and Diddy is a deadly combination, and I'm just happy to see another black man make it and do it.
Diddy's hands on anything is making someone.
Exactly. I just said that Diddy on anything is definitely gonna make it the 4. I can't wait for it to come back.
Speaking of which, the 4 is coming back, I believe, this month. Not this month, but next month. June.
Really?
Yes. Ooh. It's coming back. There's quite a few shows coming back. Yeah. We have Star that's coming back. Empire's coming back. Of course, we knew.
Power.
Superstore, you know how I love that store.
Yeah, Superstore.
Love that store, right? Bro, love that show.
That's a funny show.
I used to work at Sam's Club. It is half the stuff that happened on there is real.
Yes. Yeah. Some shows that have been canceled, Rise. I was super disappointed by that.
Yes, can we talk about that for a little bit? Because I really thought that was really like gonna like be like the next revolution in like series TV.
Here's my thing, right? And I love Rosie Perez. She's like an aunt to me. I think that the show had a lot of potential. I just felt that, you know, maybe the thematic elements of it were just a little bit too much to keep up with. And I think after a show that had been so mainstream for such a long time, such as Glee, the bar is really set very high when it comes to musical shows.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you kind of get what you give kind of thing. And it's just you hope for the best. But I know that Rosie will end up on top somewhere else with another show. I just think that maybe this one just didn't pan out. You know? But what other shows have been going? What have you been watching as of late, Ami?
I think Shades of Blue is coming back next month or July. That has J-Lo in it and Ray Liotta. It's a really good show. It's the 3rd season. She's an action cop, but
I thought this was the 2nd season, and then they're canceling for the 3rd because I think they already said that they're not going to sign on for a 3rd season. This is going to be the last season, if I'm not mistaken.
The 3rd is the last.
Oh, it's the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was a really good show. It's good to see J-Lo in something a little more serious because she's usually in like funny things besides Enough.
Right.
But she's usually in like funny shows, so it's really good and refreshing to see her acting abilities to come through.
Yeah. And did you guys happen to catch the the Daniree video
Oh,
with
yeah.
J-Lo and Cardi B. I know that. I mean,
they was flaunting.
Katana felt very strongly about that video.
Yes, I did feel.
What
strongly
happened,
about that
Katana?
video.
Why were you not pleased with the
I
video?
was not pleased. It's trash. I'm sorry.
But what about it makes it trash? Like,
okay, so what was trash about it? Number one, I felt the performance on Billboard was way better than the video. Number one, I love the whole 60s idea with like, you know, the Michael Jackson hats and like the baggy clothes and very like, you know, mafioso looking.
Right.
I thought that was dope. But the whole like, she had like glitter baggy shirts on, and then what was the whole lingerie and barbecue ribs and throwing the ribs and all that stuff? What was that?
know.
What was that? Eso no es dinero.
I felt like
that's wasting money.
she followed up El Anillo with Dinero, and I thought Dinero was gonna blow out El Anillo out the water, but I was like, I really still like El Anillo. ¿Pa cuándo?
Yeah.
I really still.
I see. I didn't see that. I didn't see that one yet. I only caught Dinero, and I was just like,
No, I really think that as a follow up song, it really it was there. It's a jam, but I'd probably be bopping El
Do
Anillo
the
better.
one. That's what.
But
J-Lo
she's our
did.
Puerto Rican mother. Sad.
She could get that as long as she keeps acting, mija. You have the money, just don't sing, baby.
She
Just
coined
don't
herself
sing.
La Princesa de San Juan. I'm like, is she
I-
from San Juan?
listen.
No, she's not. She's from the
New York.
Bronx. She's from the Bronx.
Listen, nobody. Well, yeah.
Let's not go there.
Let's not go there. She's don't get
We
me
love
wrong.
Puerto Rican
She's
women.
beautiful.
Yes.
She's beautiful. The J-Lo glow
can do
is
no
there.
wrong.
Absolutely.
The glow is there. The glow is there. But just don't sing, baby. Just don't sing. Just don't.
So how did you? Honestly, I kind of felt that the Cardi B video of "Be Careful" kind of fell short for me too.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Did you see it?
I didn't really get the religious themes. I'm not really into that. It really reminded me of Lady Gaga, You and I. It like literally was almost the same type of theme, and it didn't feel new to me. It
Right.
really didn't feel new to me.
Yeah, I kind of felt that as well. I was just like,
But I love the song, and she looked gorgeous. But
Yeah.
I really didn't get the.
I don't know. Honestly, I would have loved to have seen, and I know it wasn't really possible because of the whole pregnant situation, but I wanted a video for I Like It.
Oh,
I think I
love
Like It
that
was so
song.
worthy for a video.
Bad Bunny.
I mean, I think she still could have done something even though she's pregnant, because like that song that
I'm
she
sure
used
she
as a
will.
sample,
I'm sure she will.
that song as a sample is such like to our culture. You guys know how many times have you heard that
Seria.
song?
Yeah.
And
Growing up.
that's the major thing that I like about Cardi. It's like she's bringing our culture to the table, you know, which I feel like a lot of Spanish artists tend to mute, because I know artists like Demi Lovato. I'm obsessed with Demi Lovato.
Yes, Demi.
It's not Woman Crush
Demi
Monday, it's
got
Woman
the
Crush
glow.
every day. But I know that she recently released a song with Luis Fonsi, and she really doesn't ever, you know, speak Spanish. So it's just refreshing to see our people come out and not be scared to be on the radio and speaking Spanglish and just doing our thing like we do at home.
Yeah. Do you guys feel, speaking about that, piggybacking off of that, do you guys feel as though like, I feel like Puerto Rican culture, Boricua culture has always been, to me, on top no matter what. But right now, I really feel like Hispanic culture is on the rise.
Yes.
You know what I mean? With not being ashamed of our Afro-Latina-ness.
Right.
Of, you know,
Amara Negra, she's bringing that out
of
too.
our
Yeah.
black culture, of where we really come from, of our, you know, of our roots, of who we really are, of being those type of people who speak Spanglish or Spanish, or, you know, being Hispanic and not really knowing Spanish like that.
Right.
I feel like lately we've really been embracing each other. You know what I'm saying? Like the culture has been there, because now you're seeing people bumping reggaeton or bumping dembow that aren't even Hispanic.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you, I lived in Tampa for 2 years, and it's predominantly it's going to be Caucasians and African Americans. I went to a club, and I was standing next to a college student. She was Caucasian. She was rapping every lyric of Bad Bunny. I'm like, this girl knows the track better than me. And I'm like, how do you do that? Where you do that at? But I love it. I love it. I
Easy
do.
lyrics with translation, honey.
I love it. Get our music out there.
It's awesome, and it's great to see, and this is another reason as to why I was like, yo, we need a podcast, we need a show, we need something that's going to elevate this movement that's happening right now in the Latina community. I mean, hello. You see what we got? Do you see?
I'm in the butt.
Look at Ami. Show him the hive, honey.
Show 'em the
Yes.
hive. The hive that took me 3 hours to straighten, and then she washed it out.
Oh my God.
We got versatility.
We will not talk about that. Versatility. We love the fros. We love the curls.
We
Ladies.
love the braids. We love it
Yes.
all.
If you have curls, if you have twists, if you have waves, anything, however your wash and go is, embrace that wash and go. That this should be the year to embrace the wash and go, to embrace who you are naturally. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, girl, because I know I'm not a natural blonde, honey.
Yeah.
No. But I mean, to, you know, embracing who we are as a culture, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like back in the day, everything was, no curly. Everything was about straightening. Or you're going to a wedding, you're going to a sweet 16, you're going to a special event, straighten your hair. Straighten your hair.
Even at work, you know, like I work for a high luxury brand company. I'm not going to share the name, but people who know me know that I do. And, you know, I see people, you know, kind of look at me different when I rock the natural curls, when I look like I just woke up out of bed. And it's just like, this is what works for me, guys. Like this, it frames my face. I'm happy with it. It's like, it got me here on time.
It's beautiful. Why not rock it? You know what I'm saying? I love, and for me, especially because I used to have super curly hair. And as a young person, I did not know how to control my curls. So it was just easier for my mom to straighten my hair all the time. And then I translated to the same thing and always straightening it. And then I got into coloring it, you know, doing all these different things to my hair because I hated my curly hair because I did not know what to do with it. I went Mufasa to the point that I lost my curls, you know what I'm saying? And now I wish I could get it back where I want to just Amber Rose it, but I just don't have the facial features for that and wouldn't dare to do so.
You do.
No, I don't. But I would love to have like Ami's curly hair, you know what I mean? Like that, like to get it back, I wish. So ladies, embrace it. Don't let them, you know, put that stigma in your head that you have to look a certain kind of way or you have to be a certain skin tone or you have to just be you. Have fun with being you. Everybody always looks at me like I'm the crazy one or I like being the crazy one because it makes me comfortable.
That's right.
If you're comfortable being the nice and quiet one, then do you, boo-boo.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
But we were not the kind of ladies that were just born to fall in line.
No, we weren't. We're the kind of ladies that we need you to hear us.
Speaking of fall in line,
Tell
Ami, how did you feel as a Demi Lovato fan about the Christina Aguilera and Demi Lovato fall in line?
Well, as a Christina Aguilera mega fan, mega, like literally, I really did like it. I'm excited to see something new from Christina, and you know, having a powerhouse like Demi alongside of her, I think it was a really good hit. But I'm excited to see what's gonna come from Christina Aguilera. She's been out the game for a while. She's on The Voice, doing that primarily, so it's just exciting to see something new coming from her.
Yeah,
definitely. She's powerhouse.
I know that you mentioned, Katana, when you saw the Billboard performance between the two, you were like, I don't get it. I don't get the theme of the song. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah. Can somebody help me with that? Because like I really don't know the background on it. I really didn't even bother to continue the research on it. I just saw the performance and I'm like, what?
I'm guessing it's like their powerhouse rather. You know, performance about how women don't need to fall in line. The whole thing with the Me Too movement. That was kind of what that played off of, just that theme of, you know, liberation, which is the title of her album. It's like we're liberating ourselves from this idea that we have to be used or abused or objectified, and this is our time. And I surely do believe that right now, the future, it's always been female, but now it's like,
it's hardcore.
We're making a mark.
Yeah.
We're making a mark.
Absolutely.
And it's definitely Latina female. Just in case you guys.
No. We don't want to know. No. We're not generalizing it. It's just all females.
So
absolutely.
So is J-Lo. And
just saying.
All right.
No, but we love everybody.
You know, we have a lot of pride in our culture, and that's always good. But all women, absolutely.
It's we're just joshing, but yeah, for real.
Yeah. So what else do we have on the table for today?
So then speaking about, since, we're playing around with the race card or whatever, let's talk about the racist lawyer. Remember about that guy? It's been going around for a couple of weeks now. There was a viral video that was going around, right? About this guy. He's a lawyer in New York. And he starts going off on this Hispanic server or whatever at some store. Oh, you're in my country using my welfare money, using my money for your welfare, and you're this and you're that. The least you can do is speak English, or like English in my country and around me and in my, you know what I mean, in my city.
Yeah. And the funny part is he talks Spanish. That was the funny part about it. He does.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that part.
He does.
I didn't know that part either, but that's the funny part. And then it's like everybody, like, of course, the lovely world of internet went crazy. They started calling his firm. They started leaving, started writing, leaving reviews and stuff like that, to the point that it was like, okay, now he had to bend down on one knee and sit there and give a formal apology on Twitter. But then another video surfaced from 2016 where it showed that I guess they was walking down the street, and I guess he bumped into some like Arabic guys or something of that sort. And he starts, go back to your country and this and that, all from a simple, I'm sorry bump. And these guys are like literally on like, selfie cam. This guy is going crazy for no reason because of a I'm sorry bump. Yeah. You're sorry.
Did we get the name of this lawyer?
Oh, it's on. I definitely have it. I don't remember it, but
I just feel like it's really detrimental to our American culture because, especially in a place like New York, like that's the melting pot. This is where all cultures come into one, and it should be that way. I don't think that we should all be the same, and we should live proudly no matter what culture we are. We should, anybody's entitled to their opinion, but keep it quiet. Like,
exactly.
We're not going around pointing fingers at anybody else, so keep it quiet.
Exactly. Keep it to yourself. Wasn't I just saying that yesterday?
See, and that's my whole thing too. I mean, to say that people are going to be prim and proper all the time, obviously not. But I mean, the way in which he went about it and the way in which he was so disrespectful and just so like blatantly like menacing somebody for not being able to speak the same language. I mean, and newsflash, Spanish nearly surpasses English as the #1 language in America.
Shalom.
Just saying.
Shalom, just saying.
Pardon me. Ooh.
Dylan, you did.
Yeah, all of a sudden it was like, woo. It must be the lights.
It's the glow, honey. It's the glow. It's the glow. Sorry.
No, seriously. But I mean, as far as that goes, listen, I don't even want to give that guy any more attention than he already had. It's just ignorance at this point. As far as, and I'm sure you guys have heard how everybody's like all twisted in a bunch about Kendrick Lamar and how he invited the white girl on stage to sing his lyrics.
Thing.
Did you hear about that, Ami? No,
I haven't heard about that one.
Okay, so what apparently happened was Kendrick Lamar was on tour. He was at concert. He was performing a song. He invites one of his guests up to talk, I guess to just sing the song along with him. And she forgot to censor herself. And she was a white girl who ended up saying the N-word on stage.
A bunch of times. 21.
Well, no, she didn't say it 21 times. He stopped her off the first rip.
The song had 21 N-words in the song alone. But he knew that.
How do you feel about that, Ami? What is your take?
I feel like cultural appropriation is a thing that's becoming more relevant. I mean, I feel like, again, we have freedom of speech. We use it how we will, but that backlash that you have to like undertake, you got to take that, because at the end of the day, it is not okay to use that term in any manner. But I don't think she was using it in a derogatory manner. It's cultural appropriation.
Yeah, basically.
Well, here's my take on it, and here's what and shout out to all the people who were interacting with me on Facebook about this when it had been a status somewhere. I believe it was Henry Feble. Shout outs to him. And we were just talking about how, you really can't expect for somebody to censor themselves when they're in the moment of being on stage in front of thousands of people, and then while being on stage with one of their favorite artists. Exactly. I mean, I don't believe that she was not wrong. What I'm saying is just in those particular moments in time, it's a lot to expect from a young girl when she's in front of a star. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and other people would argue, no, I mean, you should always know to censor yourself. I mean, let's be real, guys. When you're buying a CD, you're listening into it. Not buying a CD. Who does that anymore? I'm
Oh
so
my God.
sorry.
Yes,
Jeez, like,
units.
When
just
you
show my
download
age.
it,
Show our age. Show our age.
Girl.
When you download a song.
When you
song.
download a song or when you download the album or you rip it off of wherever you rip it from, it's as is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't control how the message is being perceived when it's being sent
Yes.
in such a way that it just uses what it uses. That's the verbiage.
Exactly.
I didn't get that part.
Yeah, for me, if you're not, especially if you know that your songs are portraying to the masses,
Yeah.
you have to understand what do you think they're doing when they're at home in their rooms?
Right.
They're saying it 21 times because it's 21 times on that one record.
That's right.
Whether it's at your concert or whether it's in their room, you know what I'm saying? So if you're not wanting them to say it at your concert, you shouldn't want them to say it at home either. So you should kind of be that representation in concert and at home as well. You know what I mean? So I kind of almost feel like it was a low-key setup.
Yeah, here's the problem that I'm having with it, and it's the simple fact of, you know, if it's put out there that way, again, you can't control how people are going to regurgitate it or you know, even spit it back out. And I think J. Cole said it best, you know, when they see you turning up, they want to turn up too. Like, they think
but that's the goal,
you
right?
know, they think that
Yeah.
your music is a reflection of what being black is, and that's just how it is. And let's be real. There are some people out there that even though they are white, they feel they don't identify as such.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel at the end of the day, if the girl knew the lyrics and she's on stage bopping Kendrick Lamar, I mean, he's reaching people that are not in the norm of his you know, culture and his genre.
Right.
So I see that as a positive thing. I mean, people are gonna hate regardless, but I mean, that girl was going in, so like she was doing her thing, and she's a fan of Kendrick Lamar, like genuine fan. So
Exactly.
you know, that's what music is made for, and that's what they put it out there for, to reach multiple platforms. I mean, if everybody, again, we can't all listen to the same thing. You know, we can't all be the certain way.
Yeah. Now I want to ask both of you ladies. I want to see your take on this. There was a few things that in this topic specifically with Kendrick Lamar and about the whole N-word situation. Do you feel as though, because with most concerts, when they go to pull a quote-unquote random person onto stage, it's not really necessarily random. Most of the time, it's usually worked out. Premeditated.
Right.
Do you feel as though this was something that was kind of like a premeditated thing to kind of like set this girl up in a way for this to happen?
You know, a lot of people have been speculating about that. Do I honestly believe that? No. I just think it was a lack of better judgment, just both on Kendrick's part and the
her
young
part.
lady's part. Yeah. I don't think it was done certain, like, maliciously. I mean, there's certain concerts where you could see where something's clearly a publicity stunt. I don't think that so much was it.
Was the take on this?
No.
What about you?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, if she genuinely knew all the words and she was hype about it, and like you said, I think that she was just in that moment and she was just living her best life. She's like,
I'm living my best life.
To censor herself, because at that moment in time she was just living.
Well, listen to this though. The only reason why I say that is because literally the next song that they played right after that was
Don't Kill My Vibe.
Right after, literally right after.
I mean,
Don't Kill My Vibe. Right after you just finished going in on this lady that you just brought up.
coincidences happen
That
every
said the
day.
N-word.
That's what I'm gonna say about that one.
Shalom and hello.
I'm listen, we can go with the conspiracy theories, but I still think it's just episode one.
You know, I like
It's still
conspiracy
just
theories. We can
episode
get
one.
nice and sticky on those.
No, but seriously, so what other topics did we have to discuss today? Because I know we had a few things.
Puerto Rico.
Oh, yes, definitely. That's a big one.
Yeah. Well, first, before we get into the hardcore stuff in terms of Puerto Rico and the situations there, because we can get real deep. I do want to shout out Eduardo Miranda, who is the creator of La Borinqueña, who is a comic book character based out of Puerto Rico.
Yes.
And Reconstruction just came out. It's one of the anthologies from the series. And I think it's amazing what he's been doing with La Borinqueña. If anybody hasn't checked it out, go check it out, laborinqueña.com. His name is Eduardo Miranda. Rodriguez, I believe, and he's just been doing awesome things with that character, and he's teamed up with DC. They've done something with Wonder Woman. Y'all already know how I feel about that.
You say Wonder Woman.
Anything that gets done with Wonder Woman is okay in my book, but but there's also been a lot that's been going on the island as well, and shout outs to Puerto Rico, shout outs to all of my relatives that are there, Jazzy.
San Sebastian in the building.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and Ami, you have family, you have your dad out there, right?
Yeah, he actually lives in Baja, Puerto Rico right now. And, you know, they're doing better now, but there's still a lot of people that are struggling from the hurricane hit.
Right.
He just got his power back in, like, the end of March, so... And that's from October, so...
And that's from October.
Yeah.
That's crazy. There's a lot of people, and there's even still people right now, still to this day, that are suffering without. And even still, I know that they had a really big power outage twice, just recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, and wasn't there like a big, was there a fire or something like that? That's why, what caused the power outage, I think it was?
I know there was one time where it was a transformer that blew, and there was quite a few things that have happened since then. But it's tragic, you know. I mean, there's obviously parts and places that are okay. You know, Cabo Rojo, I believe, is all right. I have my boyfriend's, you know, family is over there, and they seem to be doing well and just trying to keep up their spirits. But, I mean, we're resilient people and we're resourceful. And that's one thing that we can always count on from, you know, the Puerto Rican people is just their resiliency and their ability to overcome, you know, tragedies.
Yeah, definitely. And just to also, because I know that you were talking about from the Borink and the cartoon thing.
La Boriqueña.
That thing, yeah, I'm sorry. You know, my tongue gets twisted sometimes. I have too many piercings on my tongue. So that is actually on our website as well if you guys want to take a look at that.
Yes.
La Cocina.
LaCocinaPodcast.com.
We have not mentioned that yet.
Because I forget to plug stuff in.
Yeah, so plug in LaCocina.com.
Yeah.
Podcast.com. But also as well, there is on that website as well, there is a quick little blog about a cool little documentary. There's a blog that I put out there for Swim Team. Swim Team is a documentary about an autistic swim team. This is a swim team that my uncle and my aunt put together in Middlesex County, New Jersey. So it's actually really cool. It's crazy because how it all started was that this lady, she is, her name is Lara. She's kind of like into documentaries and stuff like that. She's a director. Her kid is autistic. And what ended up happening was that she's seen an ad in the newspaper looking for swimmers. They wanted to build their team.
Right.
So she's like, oh, this can be a great activity for my kid. She brings her kid in and she's like, you know what? I'm a director. I would love to shoot a film on the top 3, you know, athletes. It ended up being, you know, 2 years late or a couple years later. They filmed it in the 2014, 2017 came. They started bringing it out all over, so all different film festivals all over the world. And now, this past April for Autism Awareness Month, they actually had it on Netflix, which is really cool. It's still there. If you guys have not seen it, go to the documentaries portion of Netflix. Check out Swim Team. You'll definitely see some great things. You'll get some great facts about autism, especially autism in New Jersey for all my locals out there, because I did not know 1 in 26 boys is autistic in New Jersey. 1 in 26. That's a
crazy.
very big ratio right there. You know what I mean? So 1 in 26 of our boys is autistic. So, and also with sensory issues, you know what I mean? The water is great for them. And also, most of them don't know how to swim. And a lot of pools are here, and being around the Jersey Shore, they could, you know, can drown. So knowing how to swim and things of that sort, and being able to give them a competitive sport, give them a competitive platform to show, hey guys, look, I can do something. You know what I mean? It gives them that confidence to be able to do other things in life, and also to give their family and their friends that confidence as well, to be like, oh my God, look, my so-and-so, my cousin, my friend, whatever, can do this as well. You know what I mean? So shout out to my cousin Mikey. He's a great Olympic swimmer. He's gold medalist, multi-gold medalist. Shout out to my aunt, my uncle, my cousin Amari for all their efforts and support. All the other coaches that are out there as well. The 2018 Special Olympics swim team.
Girl, we're about to be the Special Olympics.
Real quick, no, because they're gonna be having the Summer Games is gonna be next month in TCNJ. If you guys haven't gone there, I will see you there in June. That's all I want to say about that.
All right.
But anyway,
all right, girl.
Let's talk
See,
about
I'm not the only one
thing.
who shamelessly plugs this stuff.
No, I need to, because it's autism is a big thing in New Jersey, you know what I'm saying? And something that's not really talked about, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But back to the Puerto Rico thing. I also wanted
before we touch back on the Puerto Rico thing, but I'm just curious, what are y'all doing for Memorial Day weekend?
Oh,
what's happening? And shout outs to all of our vets who have served, those who have died. It's so important to acknowledge them in this weekend. It's not just about the barbecues and it's not just about the parties and the cookouts, although that's awesome too. But you know, there is that portion, and I'm sure you have a lot to say on that too, don't you, Ami?
Yes, I do actually work for a military-based company. Again, won't say what it is, but my father is a veteran. He served for 26 years.
Right.
So I do really appreciate everybody who serves for our country and who has served. And it just really just thank somebody along the way.
Yeah.
There's going to be veterans showing themselves off this weekend. Just stop them and say thank you. They fight for us for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Freedom, you know?
You know, it takes absolutely nothing to just shake someone's hand and just, you know, thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice for our country. Definitely. But what are your plans for I know you're going to be with me. We're going to be together.
We here. We're podcasting. It's live Cocina all Memorial Day weekend.
That's right. But Ami, what are you going to be doing for Memorial Day weekend?
I don't know. I actually want to go to the shore, but I don't want to sit in an hour and 45 minutes of traffic. No. So I don't know. I really don't.
Oh God.
Maybe if I wake up early enough, which I really don't ever. But
all right, so let us turn it back now to Puerto Rico. Yes. All right, so you had actually come across something this morning that you were showing me, or this afternoon. What was that?
So I came across some information in regards to some things about Puerto Rico that I actually did not know, that a lot of our medical supplies and pharmaceutical supplies come from Puerto Rico. Right. And once the Hurricane Maria happened, a lot of the medical and pharmaceutical supplies, not only in Puerto Rico did they have a big shortage of them there, but we also had it in the United States as well. Now, I am a survivor with endometriosis as well as a couple of other autoimmune illnesses. So having a couple of experiences of my own in going to some hospital visits and stuff like that,
right.
And uphand seeing it, the shortage of IV shortages myself, and even medications too, being a witness of needing pain medication or needing certain kind of medication, and then they're like, oh man, okay, let's try to see, you know, the doctors doing their due diligence, the nurses doing their due diligence, okay, what other kind of different medications can we give them, right. Or what even the nurses we really have to give it up to the nurses and the doctors out there that really did their thing during this time, because there were nurses out there that was standing there with syringes, with the IV fluid in the syringes, giving it to their patients that really needed it as right. a life or death situation, just feeding it to them little bits at a time. I have actually a quote from USA Today from their website that was printed out on January 14th of this year. It states here, almost 3/4 of Puerto Rico's manufacturing exports are pharmaceutical and medical supplies. Baxter's International Inc., whose plants in Puerto Rico produce 44% of the IV bags used in the U.S. hospitals, sustained major damage during the hurricanes.
Wow.
So that's 44%, this one pharmaceutical company alone. And they have, I believe, 3 or 4 in total in Puerto Rico. And just this one place alone, 44%.
Wow.
And that's in the whole United States as well as Puerto Rico. So it's not just the island that's affected. So we're encouraging as a whole in La Cocina for people to really, you know, even if you're not Puerto Rican, I'm sure that everybody is really feeling it, you know, as a nation in general, that, you know,
My alarm clock keeps going off.
It's okay. What is your alarm clock reminding you of, though?
It's reminding me of a lot of things.
Okay.
But you know what? It's
So
also
don't forget
it's also
then.
reminding me that I had a wonderful conversation this morning with someone on Instagram, Fuerza Puerto Rico. If anybody can go follow them at Fuerza Puerto Rico, and it's a couple named Drew and Shay, and they are working towards developing an initiative to get any type of agriculture or vegetables or fruits that are being sold from Puerto Rico and being cultivated by Puerto Rican farmers. They're trying to get the word out about this is where you can buy this product from and help Puerto Rico to boost their economy back up. Because that's really, everybody asks, what it is that I can do. How is it that I can help? Just spread the word. If you see something that we've reposted from La Cocina or something that I've posted at I am Daniree, repost it, share it with people, get informed, get involved, and start, buying stuff from the island that will help the island to generate that income and try to bring that back. Because it really depends on us. And, I love this couple's idea and what they plan to do. You could definitely go check them out. I believe it's fuerzapuertorico.com. And you can take a look. They have merchandise and all types of stuff specifically for that cause. And it's just great. I think that there's a lot more people that are going to be coming out now. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
There's a lot of more people that are going to be coming out now with a lot of more different relief efforts. So if you have any that you know of and you want to share it, please feel free to hit us up at lacocinapodcast.com. Hit us up on our Instagram. Hit us up on our Facebook. Because we really want to make sure that we're doing what we can to get the word out there about what's possible.
Yeah, definitely. And as we see with the internet, the masses, anything is possible now, and definitely with the Fuerza Puerto Rico, if you don't have access to going onto the website, you should try looking into the Instagram as well. The Instagram has some really nice posts and some really cool things on there as well. So it's a really good watch. So go take a look on there.
Absolutely.
I'm an Instagram lurker. I like to look at things.
So what did you see? There was a particular video that you were watching this morning. I believe it was on Remezcla.
Yeah, so I saw this video on Remezcla, right? I don't know if you are familiar with them. It's kind of like one of those kind of like...
It's like a Me Too, pero like but
BuzzFeed.
It's more journalistic, I believe. What would you say?
Yeah, I would say it's more journalistic, kind of a little bit more on the serious side, not so like, on the funny hee hee ha ha kind of thing. More informational.
There you go.
So there you go. So for a lack of better words. But so with them, I saw this video and it was actually really cool. I didn't know it was actually a music video that they had posted up. And it was actually a word that you use for your friend Jeremy, Palante.
Echa pa'lante?
So it's a song called Palante that they have, and it's a little like homage video that they have to Puerto Rico, and it's kind of like the story of this music video. We'll tag it on later onto the on the Facebook of La Cocina if you want to see the whole thing. But the long story short about it is it's kind of like shows a story of a guy leaving New York to New Jersey to go into Puerto Rico to help his family from, the things that were going on in Puerto Rico from Maria and everything that was going on, just kind of like the day in the life of being a Puerto Rican in the struggle of what was going on and just, having that resilience to just keep going.
Right.
Because that's what Palante means, to keep going. You know what I mean? So we're going to show you a little clip from that we thought was very powerful to us.
Wasn't that crazy?
It definitely was.
Yeah. And it's just obviously because of YouTube and the copyright infringements, we don't want to get caught with the music that's on there, but definitely go check them out.
The song is beautiful, by the way.
Yeah,
so
the song is beautiful.
check out the song.
It's
for
called what is it called again? One more time.
Palante, but I don't remember who's about.
Yeah,
Riff-Raff?
Hooray to Riff Raff.
Yeah, Hooray to Riff-Raff. Very interesting.
Weird name, like really
Yeah.
cool, like totally eccentric and offbeat. But yes, and it's a really dope video, and it goes into detail of all of the stuff that Jasmine had mentioned with the guy moving from New York to New Jersey and then going to the island, and he kind of looks shell shocked about everything that he finds, and it's a dope story. So definitely go check it out.
Yeah, it's very very interesting and very informative to watch.
So we have 3 minutes left, ladies. How shall we end this? Well, first of all, we just want to thank everybody who's tuned in. That's for sure. Yeah, I want to shout out to a few people because without them, this wouldn't be possible. Shout outs to Katana J, who has been holding it down. Let's give you your own solo cam. Go ahead. Yeah. You can go follow her
Immortal Glow, honey.
at Katana_J. Shout outs to Ami who joined us today.
I had a good time, guys.
Yeah, thank you for coming. And listen, talk about Ami reviews real quick.
All right. So,
Hi.
if I have to. At Ami Reviews, basically, I love to watch movies. I binge watch sometimes, just to be honest. But I put my reviews up there. And some things that are, again, socially relevant, like the autism. There's a show called Atypical that has an autistic character and shows different things like Silent Prom, which is pretty cool, where they have the headphones so that the autistic, student doesn't feel, out of place and can't enjoy. So, things like that. And also like 13 Reasons Why. I have different things on there that reach different social aspects, as well as just culture, like the Met Gala I did do, and that's also on LaCocinaPodcast.com.
Yes.
So there's just going to be different things that we post of what we feel like you should watch and maybe skip.
Yeah, absolutely. So also shout outs to my boyfriend Stevie B. He's behind the cameras.
Yeah, shout out to
Literally.
But he's been holding it down too. Shout outs to my mom who's watching. Shout outs to Tampa, my dad, all of Santiago. Shout outs to you guys. Love you guys. And join us because every Sunday from 7 to 8, this is what it is. This is
what
it.
it's going to be from now on.
Yeah.
You are with us from 7 to 8, no matter what.
So you have to grab your café, your tea,
and your THC, honey.
That's right. And join us every Sunday, La Cocina Podcast at La Cocina Podcast everywhere. I'm your girl, Daniree. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you can follow me at I am Daniree. And this has been the first episode. Come hella high water. All the things we've been through. And here it is, La Cocina Podcast. So clap it up one time. Yes. And we will see you guys next Sunday.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.